Marcus Luttrell and his team are sent on a mission to kill a Taliban leader. When the mission is compromised, they must fight for survival. This is Lone Survivor.
This op is compromised. We got two options. One, let them go.
And the second that they run down there, we got Taliban on our backs.
Two, we terminate the compromise.
Not killing kids. We do what we have to do. They are unarmed.
I think we did the right thing. Isn't that how things work? Good things happen to good people? Mikey, you see this?
Go! We can take them, but we're gonna need a new spot! Falling back! You mean fall off?
We're moving!
We're good, right? We're solid.
God's looking out for us.
Everybody, let's move! Let's really move!
You can die for your country. I'm gonna live for mine.
Hi, welcome to the Budget Review. As always, I'm your host Kenny, and I'm joined by Steve. And today we're going to review Lone Survivor, which is based on a true story. It's directed by Peter Berg. It's about this group of soldiers who are trapped behind enemy lines, essentially, and they're fighting to survive, which I hope you got from the trailer.
Intro.
It stars Mark Wahlberg as the main guy.
Marcus Luttrell.
Yes. Marcus Luttrell is actually in it. He's in at the beginning when they're all at the table. He's the guy who sends him out.
I didn't know that at first, but
it's hard to tell. He has the beard, the sunglasses on. It's a fun little cameo. So this is an action movie. It's a very serious action movie because it has real life implications. They try to do as close to real life as possible.
Certain material.
So, what did you think of the action sequences?
They were done very well. It was very intense. I remember the whole second act. I was just glued because I guess I'll come out and say it. I didn't see it in theaters. I legally saw it, but I was just glued to my computer screen. I was really into the action. It didn't lose me at all, and there was just a lot going on, and it really shows of how much these guys went through and how much they fought, and how they always give each other advice and try to give them confidence how they're going to pull through, and deep down, you know.
And they were propping each other up the entire time. Like, they never seem to doubt themselves.
No, exactly.
That was a big part of the characters. Like, you really see how much these guys cared about each other. Like, it's really hard in a movie to build chemistry between characters like that because they knew each other for so long before the events of the movie, so you have to really convey that.
Yeah.
And I really love the action sequences. I think that you'll probably enjoy the entire movie more if you're familiar with the story, because I didn't know how many of them. Like, you can tell from the beginning, like, there's supposed to be one guy who survives, but it's hard to tell that throughout, because there are times where it seemed to get very calm, like, okay, this is going to be the end, and then it picks up again. You get one of those great action sequences. Speaking of the acting, like, how did you find the actors? What did you think of them?
Compared to their counterparts, the real-life people, I guess they were good. I don't know that much about them personally.
Yeah.
I haven't read up about them. I probably should. But I thought they all did very well and very believable. And like you said earlier, I like how they conveyed the relationship in between them.
Yeah, that was something that's very hard to do. In my opinion, I don't know exactly how hard it is, but I would assume that it's hard in a 121-minute movie, where a big part of it is fighting. You can convey how they bonded and they knew each other for so long. And as I said, this was directed by Peter Berg. How was the direction in this?
I thought he was very faithful. After it was released, I didn't see any backlash. Anyone was angry. Usually that happens with those type of movies. That they made it too like Hollywood.
From what I could tell,
everyone
Marcus
seemed happy.
Luttrell seemed happy with it.
He pleased. Everyone had a nice time. I did a lot of the stunts were really well done. Probably hurt a lot too. Yeah,
and you could tell it. If what exactly they said happened to them, it's amazing that they continued to fight through it, because I don't think many people could.
No, I probably wouldn't. I had no problem with it at all. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was a very enjoyable movie, especially for an action movie. I'm not a huge fan of action movies for the sake of action movies, but as far with the action sequences in this, it really drags you in, and it's like, to speak of the cinematography for a second, you can chime in after this. it was shot very well, where they got just enough in each scene and each shot to make you see exactly what's going on without sticking on it too long or doing these long, crazy shots. It just really conveyed the action of the fight.
Oh, and another thing with the action, is how they on the top of my head, I don't think they did, but they didn't play any music. Did
You're
they?
right.
No,
I don't remember there being any music.
And that I felt, I applaud, and have added to the fact that it was really realistic.
Yeah, that music can be a killer when it's something that's socially serious. Because as far as I know, in a fight, there's not music playing.
No, I don't think so either.
So there's food eyeing me right. I'm eyeing it right now. It's very distracting. So I'm gonna ask for final thoughts, final rating, and then we can wrap up.
Well, I don't know if it's still in theaters, but if it is, I would say definitely catch it. It's a story that was well deserved to be told. I enjoyed it, and I give it a 4 out of 5.
I'm gonna agree. If you can go see it, go see it. It's a very good action movie. I gave it a 3.8, and my score is very funny because it's not a normal number, and it's definitely something you want to see at least once. I don't think I'm not like going to say you're going to see it over and over again. It's going to be a favorite movie, but it's definitely a story you're going to want to see, and it's going to be very enjoyable.